What is happening, Magnusites? I know some of y'all are fuming already. The Harry Potter fans out there is gonna go crazy at the possibility, the slight possibility, or big possibility of this happening. But before you flip out and go crazy, make sure you still subscribe to my channel. I was just unsubscribed to Cosmic Wonder the other day and had to resubscribe. So that's still happening. And make sure you hit the bell and make sure you watch 3 or 4 videos in a row, because that's the way it works now if you want to get all the notifications and know when my videos are coming out. It's the way it has to be for now. All right, let's go. Harry Potter star Ralph. I don't know how to say his last name. Is it Fiennes or Fiennes or Fiends or Fiends? Says Tilda Swinton would be a fantastic Lord Voldemort. It admits he was asked to return, though now believes the ship has sailed. Interesting. They're not going to play Voldemort again. Interesting. All right. So, with him giving his blessing to it, that shows that I assume that either he's part of the machine or he's tone deaf to what's been going on. With the way that trailer got ratioed and is continuing to be ratioed, if they were to do this, it would be a slap in the face of the fans. The fans would take it as a pure slap in the face. It's like, we already told you we don't like what you did with Snape. For you to do this again, it just shows that they absolutely don't care about how many views that they're going to get, the viewership on that series. So, I believe, Larry Fink from BlackRock was talking about the situation with pushing DEI, and they're basically kind of backtracking on that. So I don't understand why the companies are continuing to do it. Maybe it's part of the contract. Maybe they're supposed to put out a certain amount of movies and series that had it in there, and that's the reason why they're continuing to go forward. Because I can't think of anybody that would continue to do that, knowing that these companies are all losing billions and billions of dollars every year that they continue to do this. And they're losing the faith of the fans. HBO's upcoming Harry Potter TV series is yet to cast the young wizard's arch nemesis. Though Voldemort only makes a cameo appearance in the saga's first story, still as the show's December launch date gets closer and time is running out for whatever his last name is, shoes to be filled so a face can be slapped onto the back of Professor Quirrell's head. Speaking on tonight's episode of the Claudia Winkleman show, Claudia Winkleman, it was revealed that he was once asked if he would reprise the role again, presumably for the upcoming series, some years ago. In response, the actor said he'd love to, but since then has not heard more. Now he believes the ship has sailed. Then he was asked for his opinion on who might take the role of Voldemort next, and specifically his thoughts on the casting of Swinton, who has long been linked to the part in fan circles. What small fan circles? Because I haven't heard of any. I haven't heard anybody pushing for this. In response, he said that Marvel, and the Marvel and Narnia star would be fantastic. Well, even if he wasn't part of the machine, even if he didn't think it was a good idea, he would want to protect his job. Okay, so of course he's going to say it's fantastic. Of course. You know what I mean? One of the only stars out there that's keeping it real is like Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill. Like, you know, maybe that wouldn't be bad. But I like to stay fundamentally sound to the characters. And, you know, he'd probably give an answer like that, you know. So keep him male. While Swinton has long been considered a good fit for Voldemort, really? Long been? Yeah, right. It would be interesting to see how the series adapts to her casting. Would Voldemort's real name still be Tom? Oh, God. They crack me up with this stuff. They really crack me up. Like, I tell you guys all the time, do you know how happy I am that I did not get a major shot in the movie industry? They always tell you with success. You read enough success books, they tell you this. They tell you that when your success happens, it's never going to happen exactly as you thought it would. Those are the real outliers. You know, like every once in a while, you'd be like, yeah, I knew once I ran into him, he'd love my script. And that type, that's, you know. But I always wanted to be a successful entertainer on basically a top, you know, platform, you know, and I did it with YouTube. YouTube is mainstream. I wanted to be a mainstream entertainer. That's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be mainstream entertainer. And I wanted to make all the cool big movies, anything from comedy to action, superhero stuff. That was my thing. That's what I wanted to do. But I never wanted to sell my soul for it. I never wanted to feel a slave to the machine for it. That's why I told my agent, I said, don't send me anymore. Please do not send me anymore. You know, I can't even think of the damn word. Why am I having a brain fart right now? Auditions for anything that's all this, you know, all this stuff that's going on, all this political virtue signaling, whatever you want to call it, woke, well, all this stuff. If the show is like that, if the movie's like that, don't send me anymore. And he stopped sending me stuff, period. Still kept in contact with me. You know, it wasn't like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm part of the machine and you have shunned us. I shan't be communicating with you anymore. It wasn't like that. So, every once in a while, I still hear from him. But the whole thing is this. That showed me where the machine was going. And as one of the fans that believes in being fundamentally sound, for the most part, you can make little changes here and there, and sometimes they work. You know, worked with the Joker in Nolan's, you know, even worked with Bane in Nolan's, you know. And there's several other things out there where these changes have worked, but it's not the majority of the time. And as heavy-handed as they have been with things, it seems like everyone that gets asked that question that's like an A or B actor, they're all with it. They're all down for it. They all want it to happen because they know they work for somebody. And they know that if they say the wrong thing, that they might not be working no more. You see that? And I've literally had people from LA, and I've, you know, and I'm good. You know, they respect me, and I wish I could tell you the names that have emailed me and messaged me and told me, like, look, please keep saying what you're saying, because we can't stand it either. But they can't say nothing, because if they do, they get blackballed. So, was he saying that just to say it? Or was he saying it to keep his job? You know, was he just being nice? Or is he all in? Is he all in with it? And I don't like that, man. I don't like that feeling shackled like that. Like, imagine finally reaching your goal and realizing that you have to do whatever someone else tells you to do. And you have to be for something or against something, and you have to play roles that you never wanted to play and be in productions you never wanted to be in. I remember Jeremy Johns one time said that he was offered several times his own movie critic show, like mainstream, but he declined because he likes doing what he wants to do on YouTube. Think about that for a second. He understood the shackles that may have been put on him doing his own show for a corporation, you know? So, I mean, everyone's going to have their rules. I'm a YouTuber. I have to follow YouTube's rules, and I'm partnered with YouTube, and, but that's a different thing. It seems like the people that are at the upper echelons have way more rules and are more shackled, and things are more strict at that level. So it's like they have to go along to get along, They have to get along to go along, or go along to get along, right? Forgot how that term goes, but yeah. Nah, it wouldn't been me. I'm like, no, she wouldn't be good. Okay, keep the character who he is. Okay, that's it. You know what I mean? We should be as fundamentally sound to these characters as possible. Okay, we should be, because what are the fans expecting? The fans are expecting that character to jump off those damn pages and into that movie screen, and they have a particular vision of what that character is. And it's how J.K. Rowling originally described these characters. You know what I'm saying? Post your comments down below. Let me know what you think about this. Is it going to be a good or bad decision to get a Lady Voldemort? Let me know. I should put up a poll and find out. I know what you're going to say, but I want to know how big the slant's going to be. 10 million subscribers. Woo!